Y'all don't usually listen to me when I talk about anything that matters, but that's okay. I like being right, so I'm just gonna keep doing it. There's gonna be a lot of discussion about the veracity of the American voting system and stuff like that. 2016, that election cycle had broken me mentally of believing that there was like a reality to what is being proposed to us by the media about like what is going on in the country. Because if you were really paying attention to media, it seemed like there was no chance that Donald Trump could win, and then he did. And for a long time there was this kind of rejection of the premise, like, well, it was cheating. And then when Biden won the next presidency, it was also blamed on cheating. Now, I'm sure plenty of people are going to blame cheating once again, but I'm going to tell you, I don't think cheating was involved. I've been all over this country, and I've talked to thousands of people from this country. I think that the last 3 elections all make perfect sense for the same reasons, which is that America is fundamentally a conservative country, a fearful country, a country driven by the desire to keep as much of what we have as possible because of a feeling that it's slowly slipping out of our hands, that we've lost something that we once had, that we're not where we were envisioning ourselves before, and so now we're clinging on to what's left. And nobody really has a clear idea of how we're supposed to turn the ship around and make gains for everybody. There's lots of people who will sell you a snake oil solution of what they think would make things work for Americans, but the reality is that what we had is gone. We have something new. We actually have lots of new opportunities and lots of ways that I think reality is actually better for Americans than it might have ever been. Even with Trump being in office again, as long as he doesn't fuck any of this stuff up, and he probably will. He probably will fuck some of this stuff up. But there is so much different about just being alive in the world today. It's even just unlocked by like the power of cell phone technology and how many people have them. Like, there's just a lot that's different that you can't equate it to the past, and trying to say like, well, we should have all these new things and all of those old things too. It's not going to work that way. You know, there's been a social trade that's already been made on our behalf, you know, without our control, really consent or ability to do anything about it, other than that, you know, the average person does not really see any power in themselves, and particularly the organizational units that want you to be disorganized are very good at keeping you disorganized, because once you already have an organization, it's easy to prevent new organizations from arising as long as you have the power to keep them from being great. And the only thing that's really going to make an organization great is having really amazing people in it. And if you recognize really amazing people, you're either going to try to poach them to your bigger organization, or if they won't play ball, you're going to try to annihilate them. So it's dangerous in a way to be a good person, and I think that's really undercredited. People are always asking kind of like, well, why isn't anyone doing anything about this? And it's like the same reason you're not doing anything about this. I don't want to die. I don't want a billionaire to assassinate me, because I know they can do that. And it's really not even much to do with American politics so much as just the nature of how much power has been accumulated, like how much power is available to individual humans to govern the fate of other humans, and how easy it is for them to maintain that power. There really is nothing we can do about that. Like, the more you think you can, the worse your life is going to be. Maybe you don't like the future I'm describing. You think this sounds too dark. You're like, Trixie, the solution is not for us all to start blowing billionaires. Well, guess what? I agree. But I don't know how serious any of you are about protecting yourself from that reality. Because I look and I see people who are so comfortable to sit around and like bitch about the president on Twitter that there is no action taken really in any Like, there's lots of protest and lots of words that, like, these billionaires are not listening to. They don't care. Donald Trump, until last week, believed that McDonald's employees were using their hands to put the fries in the bag. And I really believe he thought that, unless that was just him trolling, which he's pretty good at saying stuff just to troll. But I don't know. I could honestly believe that he's just never been in a position where he would look into the back room of a McDonald's, because he's never gone to get his own he's never stood in the line at McDonald's, you know? So he doesn't understand that everyone else has just clearly seen over the counter, you know? Like, everybody who's ever been to McDonald's can see through the window or see over the counter and see that they don't use their hands. That's why the building is set up that way, to display that fact to you. So you have to be tremendously out of touch not to know about the little metal thing that they scoop the fries with. You really think these motherfuckers are scalding their hands on these hot-ass fucking fries? No. Idiot. And it's never been that they put them in with their hands. It's not like this is a new thing. It's not like, oh, well, you know, Trump, maybe when he was a kid, he went to McDonald's and they used their... No. They were never using their fucking hands to put the scalding hot fries into the bags, when it's dead-ass easy to just make a little contraption that could do that. There's no way that any of these people who hold the levers of power are reading your tweets, except for Elon Musk. But he doesn't care. He just trolls everybody that he doesn't like. These people are scam artists and liars. Everybody who has power got it through scamming. Everybody who has money got it through stealing it. If you haven't ever watched Zevy's channel, where he breaks down usually pretty much how everybody who is powerful got powerful, there's a lot of just taking shit involved. A lot of, you know, Kanye West just walking into Shia LaBeouf's house saying, I like your clothes, literally taking all of his clothes and then selling them in a boutique. He didn't give Shia a kickback. You know, like, it's just the way rich people operate. They just do crazy shit. And then they go, what, are you going to start a legal battle with me when I have even more money than you? That's how rich people keep getting richer, is by taking from people with less than them. Finding a target, somebody with even less dignity, even less to their name, even less sense of self-worth. And they snatch that little bit that's left for themselves to add it to their unending mass, because they only feel comforted by a state of constant growth. They don't feel that there is ever a level they can stop at and things are fine. They feel they have to be so overwhelmingly, massively more powerful than anyone that nobody could ever do anything to them, and that's impossible, because at the very start of everything, of you having anything you want, is somebody else creating that thing for you, unless you are literally making everything you want in your life, in which case money probably not very necessary, because it takes constant effort to do that, like an old school homesteader. So these are my presidential ideations, all right? I'm not trying to spend money on my presidential campaign. I'm trying to spread through pure word of mouth, through the fact that everybody just knows I'm the best candidate. It should not cost money to do that, because if you keep telling people about me and they keep concluding that I'm the right candidate, they're going to tell other people about me. It does not need to cost any money. Pure pay it forward system. They spent, if you are not aware of how much money was spent on this last election to get Donald Trump into office, it's unfathomable. It is considerably more than all of the election spending ever put together on this one election, just to back Donald Trump. Billionaires spent more money on getting Donald Trump elected this election than has been spent throughout all of history combined in America on election, on trying to win an election. So, that in mind, I think I can win the honest way, because in spite of how much money the Republicans have put into elections, They historically have lost a lot of elections that they put more of the money into, and Democrats have also lost elections they put more of the money into. Because at the end of the day, people don't vote for whoever had the most money spent on them. They vote for whoever they like more, and all the money can do is tell people that you exist over and over again. Tell people what you have to say over and over again. It can't make people like you. People like Donald Trump. That's what people don't seem to understand. Donald Trump is liked, and it's not because of anything he believes or says, it's because of the way he talks. He is an entertaining television character. America is a television-based society. It's all of our information disseminates through television primarily to any generation above mine. It's by far what most voters are making their decisions based on. And Trump he's basically defined television for like 12 years now. He's the only thing on TV. He is just the perfect television character. And he built himself that way. He built himself through recognizability. There's an Emp Lemon video about this from back when he won his first presidency, about how he memed his way to presidency. And he did the exact same tactics again. And it's the same tactics I'm planning to use without having to spend any money on it, because memes don't have to cost money. That's the funny, beautiful thing about this modern world we live in, is you can do it for free. It just takes people believing in you and actually wanting it. Why would you want me to be president? I'm only going to make billionaires pay taxes. Nobody else pays any taxes. Why? Because if just billionaires had to make all of the money that they have, over $1 billion, available to the government, as long as I have a project that's passed Congress, to use money, like I have a specific agenda. If I have, say, like, all right, we're going to put a bunch of money into public works, and then we estimate how much that's going to cost, and then I figure out how many, like, from the top to the bottom, like, of how much billionaires have money, right? So let's say Elon Musk has the most money, right? So we'll take everything he has above the next billionaire, and then the two of them will take everything they have above the next billionaire after that, until we have enough going down the list of billionaires to pay off whatever this project is. One of those projects will be universal basic income. So the billionaires will pay for all of us to live. They can afford that. They can afford that based on just their personal, just what they have. So if you vote for me, nobody but billionaires pays taxes. Billionaires have to pay as much as is necessary for whatever public works projects we have moved through the system. Everybody will get universal basic income on top of continued Medicare, Medicaid programs, all the public works programs we already have. I'm not getting rid of anything. I think there should be state-funded massage tickets as well. Like maybe every couple of weeks, you just get like a ticket for a free massage, shoulder massage. Again, food stamps will still exist. Universal basic income will not take into account any of your other stuff that you already have going on. It's just on top of that. We'll go with $2,000 a month, like was proposed by Andrew Yang. So, yeah, that's why you should make me president. I will make it so only the billionaires pay for anything in America. They can afford it. Now, you're probably thinking, won't the billionaires just take all of their business out of America? Well, hopefully, yeah, because that would leave a huge space for American workers to fill in. Because we don't need these billionaires and their companies to make this stuff possible. I have no problem with us losing these billionaires and their corporations, because then we don't have to worry about them competing with every single local business in the country. And America's local business is what makes it great. I travel all over the country. I'm always going to local businesses, and they're always amazing. All the best food in the country is from local restaurants, not chains. All of the best, produce you can get is from local farms that have their own setup. The best fucking shaving cream I ever got was an olive oil shaving cream that I got on a fucking olive farm. Like, America thrives on the small business and independent stuff, and the only real thing the government is great for is stuff like this. Public parks is preserving areas that people can use for any purpose they want. Public spaces that allow you to not be trapped in your home, in your domestic situation. Public spaces where your safety is ensured on a political level to do whatever you want to do that's not disrupting the other people in that space. That is incredibly important, that these spaces exist all over the country. And in a lot of places they do. I mean, there's definitely places that have, that need more, that need reform in this regard. And I would definitely work towards, making the public parks and recreation system a higher priority. All right, that's my platform for now. Trixie 2028. Vote for me or you don't get to bitch.